We're at the Mercedes-Benz Grand Prix circuit for rounds 15 and 16 of the Bankfin Touring Car Series. And Graham, it's so competitive at the moment, isn't it?
Well, we've got rain again. We had rain here the last time, but there was a lot more of it, and the track is drying in certain places. As the day goes on, it's going to dry more. It's very difficult for drivers in these particular conditions, and I think the BMWs, obviously, with the rear-wheel drive, have the advantage over the front-wheel drives.
The Nissans, we see a privateer, Marco Dos Santos, on the grid, on pole position once again. He's really doing well.
Yeah, he's got to win a race soon, and certainly if the track dries out, possibly for the second heat, I think that Marco can take the win today.
And we see three drivers within 6 points of each other, Dos Santos, Foss and van der Linde. Janelle running away with it to a certain extent, but the battle is going to be for second position now, isn't it?
For sure, second place is unbelievable, but it's only second position in points. It's the amount of time that separates the cars on any of the circuits at the present moment. It's so much closer now than it was at the beginning of the year, so it's looking very good for the end of this year and also obviously for next year.
Well, it's wet weather, track is drying out though. Rounds 15 and 16 of the Bankfin Touring Car Series just about to get underway. The top 6 cars all within half a second of each other on the ultra-fast East London circuit. One man is chasing that second position in the championship. BP Nissan's Duncan Foss, who starts round 15 on pole position. Now, you've been qualifying in the dry. It's been dry over the last couple of days. The wet weather, does that cause you a problem? Do you enjoy the wet?
Well, we've set our car up for the dry, so, you know, we've only had a 10-minute session this morning in the wet, so it's a bit of a gamble as to whether you've chosen the right or the wrong setup. But we're pretty confident that if it does rain, we'll have the right settings for the race.
Joined once again by Bankfin Pro Car driver Colin Hastie as we see the start of round 15 of the Bankfin Touring Car Series, and it's Duncan Foss on the right-hand side, Mark Peters on the left-hand side in the BP Nissans. Those are the cars to beat, Colin.
Yeah, we're in car with Sean Watson-Smith coming up to the ultra-fast Potter's Corner. It's an unbelievably quick corner there. Out of there, you'll see how the cars squirm around, virtually flat out to over 200 k's an hour, and they come down into Rifle for heavy braking down into Copacabana corner here now. And
that is also a fast section as well, through Rifle, flat out again, and then heavy on the brakes down to Copacabana.
Heavy on the brakes from somewhere over 240 down to under 60 k's an hour. Second gear or first gear corner in these cars as they come out and blast up the back straight into the complex.
In car with Anthony Taylor in the engine Audi in 4th position. Anthony enjoys this track. He seems to reckon his car is one of the best around here.
Well, not only his car, he's also got a pair of the big ones that are needed around this track here. But also, we've got to look at the Petronas Opel there of Sean Watson-Smith running third behind the 2 BP Nissans.
So it's Duncan Foss from pole position, followed by Mark Peters, Watson-Smith and Taylor. And there's Marco Dos Santos, and oh, what's happened? One Colin Hastie being taken off, it looks like, by Byron Buerta in his privateer Nissan.
Yeah, but have a look here. As they're coming into the corner, you can see the patches of damp.
Oh, and it's Michael Briggs has lost it. One of the Audis there as well. Is that Terry Moss was that?
You've got the damp patches. The tyres are hot. When the tyres are nice and hot, they go through the damp patches, and there's quite a lot of grip there. But obviously a little bit not enough for Briggsy through the corner there, and he struggles his way with a long tall gear down the straight.
And we're back at the head of the field. Duncan Foss, Mark Peters, a very loose looking wing on Sean Watson-Smith's car through Copacabana. We're in car with Sean Watson-Smith. He's having a great end of season.
Well, he won the last race out at Velcom, and they've really got this Opel working well. Look how much power he's got there. He's able to stick right with the Nissan as they come up into the complex. There's a waved yellow flag there, something going on there.
Well, Foss has locked up the brakes as he comes through the S's. Mark Peters in second. Look, there's Byron Buerta's car. Looks in a very dangerous position there.
Yeah, he's right on the apex. You know, if you lock it up a little bit too much coming into the complex there, you could go right into that car, which it really is dangerous. Watch the bumps as we come through the long sweep onto the back straight here. You can see the Opel bouncing up and down there as we come right onto the red flag. Red flag. They stopped the race.
So that was because of Buerta's car being in the dangerous position. Somebody got a bit off line there. They would have smacked straight into it.
Yeah, very dangerous. Good move by Clark of the course. Now we've got to remember it's less than 2 laps of the race run.
So it's a brand new race.
Brand new race. Not like the same as we had at Velcom. And there's Buerta, not a happy chappy.
So we're back with the restart of round 15 of the Bankfin Touring Car Series, and already Duncan Foss has got a marginal lead over his teammate Mark Peters. Once again, Sean Watson-Smith in the Petronas Opel, right up behind Peters through the complex. Anthony Taylor, we're in car with him. He's squirming all over Watson-Smith.
Yeah, now have a look how the cars move through the bumps there onto the back straight. It's absolutely fantastic. 4th gear corner over there. Now they're coming into the tight 1st gear right-hander onto the back straight. Have a look at the damp spots there again. We've got to look for rain here.
And once again, we see on the side of Watson-Smith's car a loose piece of bodywork. That's championship leader Janelle de Villiers. He's followed by the second Opel of Dion Joubert.
Right, in car with Janil down the straight now. Have a look at the lights on top of the steering wheel there. You can see as they go up, it lights up as he gets to the rev limit. Now they're coming through into Potters, a flat-out right-hander, well over 220 k's an hour. This is magic stuff.
Isn't the idea to have those lights flashing all the time to get the revs up as fast as possible?
Yeah, you've got to. They use the lights as the indicator when to change.
Oh,
yeah,
you bear
run wide.
220 k's an hour straight off the road at Potters.
He's lost momentum and let Sean van der Linde in the Saffel BMW through.
In car with Marco dos Santos in the Valid Value Nissan Primera. He started 11th in the race after having mechanical problems in the first qualifying session, went into the second qualifying session and got pole position. Back to the head of the field, it's still Duncan Foss, followed by Mark Peters. That fender that's blowing about a bit doesn't seem to be hampering Sean Watson-Smith.
No, I don't think it will. It's just a single skin of panel, and it probably got nudged loose with the tight lock that the cars go on. There's not a lot of clearance between the body and the wheel. Now we're in car with Sean Watson-Smith through the sweep, and you watch as the cars move around. Fourth gear corner, lovely stuff, coming up into the tight Beacon Bend corner onto the main straight.
Here we are, the two Nissans, the rain, here comes the rain. It started. What is this like now? They've got slick tyres on.
Well, you know, there's a surprising amount of grip when the slicks are really hot.
Michael Briggs gone. Obviously, was that because of the wet? It looked like somebody's nudged him. We're in car with Marco dos Santos. He's off on the left-hand side as well. Michael Briggs in the background rejoins the race, even though he'll be about 10 or 12 seconds behind the rest of the field. Lap 5 and more rain, and it looks like Sean Watson-Smith has got his water wings on now.
Yeah, it looks like a bit like a penguin as they come down into first gear at the end of the straight. Turn right, it's dry in this portion of the track, so you've got maximum braking, good traction coming out of the corner.
There's Sean van der Linde in the second Sassel BMW. He's got Dion Joubert right behind him. The other Opel of Sean Watson-Smith in third position. He's right behind Mark Peters. It must be very difficult in the rain like this, trying to still carry on racing.
Well, they're getting into progressively more and more rain as they go round on the lap towards Beacon Corner here. You can see the drops flying off the screen. Now, there's still quite a lot of grip in braking, not so much in turning, and they've got to be very, very careful on the long, bumpy corner, the sweep coming onto the back straight over here.
Well, Watson-Smith climbing all over the back of
Mark Peters there, John.
And it must be so difficult. You can even hear the wheels spinning.
Yeah, remember, they're on slick tyres. The tyres are nice and hot now. They'll cut through the damp. They've got to avoid any standing water. It's really, really wet there.
Well, Sean Watson-Smith having a go at Mark Peters, trying either which way to get round him as they go on to the start-finish straight at the end of lap 7.
Tiptoe as they come out there. Get the power down very, very carefully, get the wheel spin. Now they're coming out of the wet, going down the straight and into the dry portion of the track. This could be very interesting.
Sean van der Linde in the mist now. It must be so difficult to see, as we see from Marco dos Santos' car. We're in car with the Valid Value Nissan driver. It must be, as you said, tiptoe, you'll see.
There goes the rain. It's gone now. He's dry here. It should have quite a lot of grip there, or virtually dry. Very little raindrops on the screen.
You see Marco, as you said, just tiptoeing his way around there. Sean Watson-Smith going to have a go on the outside of Mark Peters. Is he going to go through?
Mark's got the line. He's defending very nicely there. You'll see the back window of the Primera is missing. That's to keep a draft going through the car so they don't mist up the inside of the windscreen, so Mark and all the Primeras can actually see where they're going.
Oh, and it's all over the place. Anthony Taylor now behind championship leader Janil de Villiers in his Nissan, the engine Audi, looking for a way past the most successful touring car driver of all time in South Africa.
He'll try left, he'll try right, he'll even try to go straight through him. There he goes, gives him a little nudge. That's just to say, hello, I'm right here, keep where, and he runs wide.
Right off the circuit, but he's managed to keep his position. Very, very slippery around the S's.
He's got to watch out now about the dirt that he may have picked up on the back wheels over there. Now, they're coming up into the braking area. They can't lock the brakes up. You lock the brakes up on the damp track, you'll just slide straight off the road there.
Duncan Foss, teammate Mark Peters, Sean Watson-Smith, who we are in car with. Duncan Foss has lost it slightly on the left-hand side. He's let Mark Peters through.
Listen to the wheel spin there.
Well, is Sean Watson-Smith going to go through as well? We'll see as they come across the start-finish line. It is Peters, Watson-Smith, Foss, Janil de Villiers, Anthony Taylor in that Audi.
The other thing the rain has done is bunched the whole field up. Oh, Anthony's got a problem.
And he's going to park straight in front of the fire engines. If there is a problem, the fire engine's going to have to move Anthony Taylor out of the way.
Well, here they come back into the complex with Watson-Smith right up Mark Peters' tail. They turn in there, still with those fenders flapping in the breeze.
Mark Peters has had a pretty reasonable season. He won at Kyalami earlier in the year.
Yeah, he's just run a little bit wide there, and Sean's got up on the inside, but Mark is on the right-hand side through the fast sweep. Yeah, he's got the better line for the corner, and he'll get a good track position to come out there, back into the wet bit. Now you can see the rain coming onto the windscreen, slippery stuff.
And no windscreen wiper for Sean Watson-Smith.
You know what, they put rain X on the outside of the windscreen, and the wind actually blows the rain off. That way you actually get a good idea of how much rain is falling, so you know, oh, their BM has gone off there. BM has gone run wide. That's Sean Fontaine.
The BMs don't seem to like this corner. We've seen Michael Briggs go off there earlier. There's Sean Watson-Smith. What a disappointment.
He hasn't got any drive there. Must be something in the drivetrain, either a gearbox or drive shaft.
Second position, so we've lost Sean Watson-Smith. We're back to the last lap, and it's the 3 BP Nissans.
And Terry Moss is there. Where did he come from? He come from absolutely nowhere. Brave move around the outside of Janelle.
Is he going to get through? We shall see. Will it be a 1, 2, 3 for Nissan? We've got Marco De Santos, who we're in car with now. He's just looking for any mistake, and he's going to whip through as well. He's in 5th position at the moment, and it could be any one of these 5 guys that takes the race.
Looks like Terry's got the position there as they come into the complex. Hard braking, remember, still slippery, not too slippery around here. Oh, a little bit of bumping, but that's not too...
Moss is going to have the line on the inside. He's got it. De Villiers. Good move from Terry Moss in the engine Audi.
Really nice, good, strong driving. So they come through the sweep for the last time in this first race.
So as they head up to the last corner of the round 15 of the Bankfin Touring Car Series, Mark Peters, Duncan Foss with Terry Moss in front. We're in car with Janelle De Villiers. He's got Marco De Santos right behind him, or right beside him.
Desperate Dan stuff now here.
Now, Peters in first, then Foss, Moss. There's De Villiers, Marco De Santos. We're looking at him.
He's got good...
Leading on De Villiers. And he's led all the way around. Janelle De Villiers not going to be a happy person with that.
Well, I don't know. Janelle didn't really leave room for Marco on the outside there. I think it's just a plain racing incident there.
So it is a win for Mark Peters from the UK in his BP Nissan Primera, followed by teammate Duncan Foss. Terry Moss, a good result. He's ahead of Dion Joubert, and Marco De Santos, starting 11th, finishes 5th. 16 of the Bankfin Touring Car Series. It's overcast. We could have rain halfway through the race, as we did in the first one. Let's go to the grid. Marco De Santos, privateer, looking for his first win this season. Mark Peters, winner round 15, man from England, looking calm and collected. Sean Watson-Smith in the Opel in the last round had bad luck with his car, and he's hoping for better in this race. Anthony Taylor, first of the engine Audis, also in round 15. As we see the grid, and once again, no time between them.
No, it's really close. You know, with a track like this, you've got long straights and very high-speed corners, it does tend to bunch the grid up. Magic stuff.
Left-hand side, we've got Marco De Santos. Right-hand side, Mark Peters, as they take their Nissan Primeras across the line, followed by the rest of the field into Bottas for the first time.
It was really bad in qualifying. I was 4th at one stage, and then pole, and then 3rd, and then on the last lap I got pole back again, so it was great, and it's going to be a great race, I think.
Well, Marco De Santos we see in the lead. He's followed by Mark Peters, Sean Watson-Smith once again, and there's Anthony Taylor in that Audi.
Now, those two didn't finish the first race, so they're going to be out to prove something, and they are men on a mission in this race. As we come down to braking area for Cochabana, first lap, first gear, as they turn into the tight corner.
Anthony Taylor in the engine Audi follows Sean Watson-Smith. As you said, they're both looking to get past those two Primeras to try and get their name on the sheet for the first time.
Yeah, these guys really want to finish the year in a high. The Opels have come on unbelievably well from this is their first year back in touring cars. As they turn into the complex, and Marco locks his brakes up just as he goes in. He's right on the limit. He's really going to push hard to try and get a gap on the field.
Well, at least we've got a drier track than we had in the first race. We're in car with Sean Watson-Smith once again in the Opel. He's looking, as he did in the first race, on the right-hand side of Mark Peters, on the left-hand side of him, anyway past him, in through the bump.
Opel have done their homework. They've got to look like Sean's got a real good car underneath him. Mark moving to the right to protect his line, coming up into the corner, but Sean's having a go at him.
And once again, Marco De Santos locks his brakes, but this is the Beacon Bend for the first time. Only the first lap, it seems to be all action. In car once again with Anthony Taylor.
This is going to be real good fun. Remember, we've got everything is nice and bunched up. It is tight. Taylor also, he is real good through potters here. He's got a really big pair of balls and he can go through there just about flat out.
with the Santos, Mark Peters, Watson Smith, Taylor, 220 k's an hour. Duncan Foss coming up in 5th position.
Now they're still accelerating. They go through Rifle Bend there, just over 240 odd k's an hour, down into hard braking, jostling for positions. Look at Taylor coming up on the outside, last of the late breakers.
Well, my goodness, he's gone from 4th. He's through. He's going to...
Unbelievable. Brilliant move. Brilliant move.
Brilliant piece of driving by Anthony Taylor from 4th to 2nd through one corner. And here's Duncan Foss from 5th position having a look at Sean Watson-Smith.
Sean's lost a bit of momentum, but he's got enough power to pull up into the right line, right behind Mark, and he's having a look up the inside. Oh, a little bit of a nudge.
Here, Mark, here I am, and once again, I'm still
and
here.
Another one. Another one.
Goes off onto the left. Oh, and Duncan Foss has a look on the outside now. Is he going to get through?
Well, yeah, there he goes through. This is great racing. Lovely, close, good racing in the Bankfin touring car.
Well, Mark Peters managed to keep his 3rd position as Sean Watson-Smith forces...
Look at Taylor, right up behind the Santos now. Is he going to have a look around the outside?
Well, he did it on the outside of the last corner. Let's see if he can have a go at Marco on this corner. This is Beacon, just before the start-finish straight, in car with Sean van der Linde in the Sassel BMW. BMW need a good result here.
Yeah, they do. They've done a lot of work on the new E46 cars, and Sean van der Linde is really going to be pushing to the max.
Lap 4, Beach Straight, Marco de Santos, followed by the engine Audi of Anthony Taylor. That's a slower pro car, and Taylor's locked it up. He's going on the inside. Whoa, they've banged. He has another go at him, bangs him again. Marco de Santos is off.
They're going to want to talk to each other about that. Did you see the sparks as he jumped over the curve, the bottom of the car, touching on the stones there? Marco is not going to be happy about that, and I think he's got right to be really peed off.
De Santos goes from 1st to 7th in one corner. New leader, Anthony Taylor, in his Audi. This is Marco de Cunha in the pro car, just locking up the brakes. He's going to be overtaken. What's it like having a gaggle of cars like that coming up behind you?
I'll tell you what, you've got to keep your eyes on your mirrors. If you don't, they're going to bump you off the road.
We're in car with Anthony Taylor. Let's have a look at the accident from his perspective.
He has that look up the inside. He's locked his wheels. He's in there very hot. Right, one bash. Marco recovers. That's the second bash that really punts him off the road. He didn't have time to recover fully.
And Marco's off on the left-hand side. Anthony keeps the lead, which is where we see him again now with Sean Watson-Smith right behind him.
But they've got Opel is really, really doing well now. Now let's see if Anthony can hang in there, and he's got to keep his head about him. Watch his mirrors. Sean is desperate for a win here, and he's going to try everything.
Well, it's dry out on the circuit as we see Sean Watson-Smith in 2nd position. He's chasing Anthony Taylor's Audi. Watson-Smith very quick through this part of the circuit.
They've got the Opel working really well. You can have a look at Anthony's brakes locking up a little bit there. The car bouncing. He's got some problems with his tyres there. And he's run a little bit wide there. That will lose him momentum. And he won't be able to get the gas down early enough, and he will lose it through this fast sweep onto the back straight here.
Well, although it's a front-wheel drive car, you notice the back coming out, so he is oversteering.
Yeah, the oversteered. Well, he dropped a wheel off the edge of the tar there onto the dirt. Now, Sean's going to have a go, but you've also got Duncan over there. These guys are going to have a full one there.
It's a lovely sight to see.
There's Jalil gone straight off the edge of the road there, outbraked himself.
Well, I'm sure he can make a U-turn onto the track and rejoin the race, but he's going to lose that time. In fact, he does rejoin the circuit. Not having a great weekend, came off there in the first race as well. Right, we're coming through Potters once again, and cars seem a little bit stretched out now.
Well, they're still going really quick. Oh, there's Dunky. He's hard on the brakes there. He's locked up the back one.
Going to try and let Anthony slide down, and around Duncan Foss goes.
You know, I wonder if they have changed the brake bias from the wet circuit onto the dry circuit properly, because both Nissans are braking themselves. Something's not so right there.
So that's de Villiers we saw going off there. There's Duncan Foss. We move forward to lap 8. Still Anthony Taylor. Sean Watson-Smith trying every which way but loose to try and get
better speed onto the back straight there, and he's got the line into Beacon Bend onto the main straight. Lovely driving, Sean.
Should have it as we see Dion Joubert in the 2nd Opel. He's right there.
Yeah, Opels are having a real good weekend this weekend.
And Watson-Smith has got the lead from Anthony Taylor. Mark Peters follows behind them. Dion Joubert. There's the 2 BMWs.
They're lurking in the gap there, waiting for everybody else to drive into each other or drive themselves off the road.
Once again in car with Anthony Taylor through the fastest corner in South African motorsport at the moment. Flat out onto Potters, right off the line almost.
Yeah, they've got to use every inch of the road there. The car's squirming around. Remember, they're doing close to 240 or just over 240. They climb on the brakes now, down into first gear, and you've got Dion Joubert going up the inside of Mark Peters.
What's going to happen here? He's going to... Oh, he knocks Anthony Taylor. He knocked him out of second position. Amazing stuff. Taylor keeps it going. Peters stays in his position, and Joubert managed to stay in fourth. But there's those two BMWs once again.
Good hard driving from the guys. You know, they don't... Everybody is racing. They want to get better positions. Guys are driving really hard.
And car in the Sassel BMW, Sean van der Linde into the right hand of S's, left hand S's. A difficult part of the circuit, but Sean right there behind Dion Joubert is going to try and make, and he's going to try and go round Joubert as well.
The BM's take a different line, being the rear-wheel drive cars, through the long sweep onto the back straight here. But in that particular part of the corner, they seem to be a little bit quicker than the Opel, but they've still got the back straight to come.
Watson Smith knocked out a bit of a lead. There's Taylor, Peters, Dion Joubert once again. Fourth position. He's hoping for a good result. He had a win at Belgium as well.
Yeah, he did, and right behind the two BMs, you've got Marco de Santos in car with Sean van der Linde down the straight. He's got the draft from Dion. This is really going to help him. The Opel is punching a hole in the air. The BM can really get past him. He's going to get next to him. Can he hang in there and make it for Potters? This is tricky stuff. Don't want to be on the outside there.
Well, in fact, Sean has gone right through. Michael Briggs, his teammate, also going to have a look around Dion Joubert, and he's got past as well. So
yeah, look, Dion had to just get out of the gas there a little bit longer.
Santos all over the place trying to get past him as well. Remember, Marco started from pole position, and he's right back in about seventh.
Yeah, he's recovered really, really nicely. Right, onto the beach straight here. Dion right behind the two. He's running a little bit wide, getting onto the gas as soon as he can to get good position out of the corner there.
Watson Smith pulling out a bit of a lead over Taylor.
Tell you what, he can just about back off and drive home to the end. He's got this race sewn up.
The two BMWs, Sean van der Linde and Michael Briggs going through there in fifth and sixth positions. See how they can do. There's Dion Joubert. He's lost
and he's chucked it away. Dion ran wide, put a wheel on the dirt, he's chucked it away. This is Sean. He's also chucking it away. Oh, no, man.
Had the most amazing lead. He's thrown it away. He's going to carry on, but that was disaster.
Synchronized dancing in one stroke. Opel from first and fourth to just about nowhere.
Dion rejoins the race. Well, his fourth place has now gone with the new leader, Anthony Taylor, followed by the BMWs. They're right up there. Marco de Santos now, fourth position.
Yeah, we said the BMs were lurking. The other guys have all fallen off. And there they are, second and third position.
A very disappointed, I would imagine, Sean Watson Smith, trying to get back into the race, but...
he's got no chance now. He's lost momentum. He'll be absolutely seething, really, really kicking himself inside that car. One very, very unhappy guy.
Last lap, well, they're still racing to the end, Colin. The two BMWs, van der Linde, Briggs, there's Marco de Santos, and who's that?
Sneaky man Terry coming up from nowhere like he did in the first race. Absolutely good stuff, good, strong, solid drive. You know that Audi looks after its tyres in the race. That's the only way he could have come from where he was to right. Look at the pack. They really...
Well, they're certainly racing for the line. Taylor's gone, but this is the fight for second position. It could be any one of 6 cars there.
And look how nice... Oh, they've got through there. Looks like it's nice and clean. Nobody's badged each other. Watson Smith got back up as they slowed each other down.
Anthony Taylor wins. Who is going to be second? It is Sean van der Linde, followed by his teammate Michael Briggs in the BMWs, and then a whole gaggle of cars.
Nice close racing.
Which included Terry Moss, Marco de Santos, Chris Aberdeen up there as well. Great race.
One of the closest races we've seen this year. Looks good for the rest of the season.